Okay, hello, this is Mike Sullivan, and welcome to week 3 of our capstone project with the focus this week on human resource management. So, again, human resource management is an incredibly broad topic. So, this week I'm going to focus on three key areas, specifically workplace diversity, and we're going to look at a couple of the drawbacks and benefits related to workplace diversity. Um, Sorry, we won't be covering affirmative action this week. We are also going to be looking at performance management. We'll do a brief overview as well as look at a few of the different methods. Obviously, there are a great variety of options when it comes to looking at performance management. So we're just going to get, a brief overview, cover a couple of them as well as some of the strengths and benefits. And then finally, we're going to look at benefits packages. Um, so, kind of the obvious and easy part of benefits packages to focus on is the wage or salary. But we're also going to look a little bit deeper into the total package, as well as some means of applying more creative benefits than just standard salary and wages. Now, regarding workplace diversity, first off, we're going to look at a few of the strengths. So, one of the big strengths tied to having a diverse workforce is that the different backgrounds are going to bring different values and therefore different ideas to the table. So, when you're looking at new innovations or plans for moving forward, you'll have a lot of potential opportunities to draw on there. Also, in something of a similar manner, when it comes to problem solving, a more diverse group is going to have the opportunity to look at a problem from different angles and have different perspectives, and therefore potentially provide solutions that a homogeneous group is not going to see as easily. Uh, Finally, with your products and marketing plans, your perspectives that are brought to the table by a diverse workforce will provide the ability to reach out to different personality types and cultures where that single-minded group may not see opportunities. A more diverse workforce is more likely to see those opportunities and therefore reach out to those other people. So obviously having a diverse workforce provides benefits, right? But there are also definitely things that you have to watch out for, such as a potential for conflict. Anytime you're putting a group of different people together with different ideas and different values, there's not always going to be agreement all the time. So you have to make sure that those any conflicts that arise are resolved in a professional manner. Um, with this diverse group, it can also be more difficult to implement business strategies that everyone can align on. Um, one person thinks one thing is important, another person places a higher value on something else. It can become difficult to agree on the correct strategy that you should employ to move forward. And then, much in the same line, there, it can be difficult to form cohesive teams. When you do have people that don't share the same ideas, um, having them work together on a team or work together in a group can be more difficult when if they're always coming at something from opposite directions and can never see eye to eye, you're never going to make any progress. And then any potential benefits that having the diversity bring to the table, those benefits are completely wiped out, and it can actually be counterproductive overall. So just as a quick overview of performance management, essentially what we're doing is trying to review our employees and determine who's doing a good job, who's not, and then in addition to making that determination, we want to share that information with them in order to drive better results as efficiently as possible. One method is a rating scale. That's an easy to understand and execute method where essentially you just look at a bunch of different key performance areas and rate each employee individually. One problem with this is that based on the manager or the individual performing the rating assessment, the information can be skewed and biased. A narrative method is, instead of rating each subject individually, essentially tell a story about what an individual does well and does poorly. This method is good because it provides very accurate and in-depth feedback, but it also requires very strong execution in order to deliver the results. You don't want to make sure that the story you're telling, that the individual you're speaking to understands the goal and is not doesn't walk away from something misunderstanding the direction that they should be moving forward. Comparison method is one that you directly compare employees' performance in different areas to each other. That's good because it's easily relatable. The employees can, very directly relate it to their day-to-day behavior. But it does carry the caution in that it can create tension or excess competition. We also have a 360-degree feedback where the entire group or team will provide feedback on each of the individuals. This is good because it does provide a great variety of feedback, and there's less opportunity for a single individual bias to come through. Uh, the trouble here is that it does rely on an overall competent workforce, and if there are clicks or something like that, those can show up and kind of skew the results as well. Uh, Basically, any of the mentioned methods have the potential to succeed or fail. It's all about understanding the people you're dealing with and then developing and executing a plan that will meet their needs. Compensation. Okay, so one of the key differences we want to look at here is exempt versus non-exempt employees. So basically your salary versus hourly, or excuse me, management versus um, you know, ground level employees. The There are a lot of differences when it comes to, who can be asked to do what. We're not going to get into the depth of that, but essentially we want to understand that the overall basis of their compensation is a little bit different. Now, with that said, the overall structure is going to be the same, and that is that whether your salary or not, the your wage is just the money that's going into your pocket, and then the benefits are separate, but they're also included in your total compensation package. Wages are easy to compare, whether it's salary or hourly, and the other benefits can be more difficult. So, for example, healthcare plans or flexible benefits, they can be more difficult to because it's not an apples to apples comparison. Looking at some of the types of benefits, obviously one of the biggest ones is healthcare, right? So now health insurance can refer to your typical medical, dental, vision, but then there are other opportunities where companies will pay for gym or health club memberships, or different activities to help encourage employees to be healthy on their own. Another big one is paid time off, and that's your holidays, sick time, personal time. It also includes vacation time. In addition to those more standard benefits, we also have other opportunities to provide benefits that employees may find attractive that are a little bit less standardized. And this is where the difficulty comes in because they can be more difficult to compare. It's not a dollars to dollars comparison. Some of these can be flexibility, such as the opportunity to work different hours as needed or potentially work from home when that's a viable opportunity. Something such as stock options, where employees are given the opportunity to actually take ownership of a piece of the company, which provides motivation to see that company succeed. In addition, the performance bonuses can provide that same level of motivation, whether they are individual, which bonuses based on an individual's performance, which will drive that individual to succeed, or if they're company based, meaning every employee gets a bonus based on how well the company does. So either way, those will drive the type of performance that you're looking for. Now, this is far from a comprehensive look, but it's just an overview to give you an idea that yes, there are some benefits that are relatively easy to describe and compare, but there are also a lot of other opportunities to provide benefits to employees that are more creative and can actually hold more value than the direct money that you're offering.